Welcome, connected ones. We are looking at transforming your life, and what I want you to do is just focus on one thing, one area of your life that you feel that you enjoy or you love doing, because what we're trying to do is get you into the automatic flow. So when you do this one thing over and over, what you'll find is that you're actually aligning yourself to the universe. The universe has got the message that you want to do this. So it will guide you to people, places, books, information. And then what happens is eventually you take down your resistance, your blocks of how to do it or why I can't do it and all this lot. And then you start to be the energy or the state of being that you start to flow in the experience, and then you get to the automatic flow. But what you don't understand is when you focus on one thing at this moment to transform your life, you will then become the master of it. You will then become the person who knows how to do it. Why? Because you've experienced it. So you've gone from the human experience of the want and need, you've gone then to experience it, and then automatically it's second nature. And that's where the success comes in, or the zone effect comes in. And that's why I created my miracle meditation, to get me in that zone effect. So I wasn't always thinking of the lack. I wasn't always thinking of not to do it. I wasn't stopping myself from just doing it and experiencing it. Because these are all the thoughts of the lack and what takes place. So if you want to succeed in life, focus on one thing. Change your life, transform your life, focus on one thing. And then you can move on to another thing if you feel. But what the focus on one thing is, it stops the overthinking. It stops you focusing on all areas of life, of the lack that you're not done and what you haven't done today and this, that and the other. So if you really want to get this message across, just focus on one thing. And you're going to say, well, that's not going to sort my life out. Yes, it will, because it's going to teach you how to get into the automatic flow, how to be who you are, how to be a part of the universe that is gone from limits to no limit. Imagine you have an energy inside you that's part of everything. Yeah? And so you can tap into anything. The only time you can't is you're vibrating not to tap into it. Or you're thinking of lack. Or you're sabotaging yourself. Or you're blaming others. Or you're hating. Or you're feeling the injustice. Or you're getting involved in things that don't align you. It doesn't align the mind, body and soul. And so each one is fighting against itself to get rid of this negative thoughts. When you understand that negativity brings balance to your life, you see then that that's also an opportunity in helping you, in supporting you. And then your mind changes. So focus on one thing, see all the different ways you can do that one thing, and then eventually you'll be guided how to, and then eventually it'll become automatic, like riding a bike or driving a car. And then you can enjoy. This is the secret. When you start enjoying, you start aligning, you start to feel alive, you start to feel that you can achieve something. You start to feel passionate about it. You start to create your life. And then all of a sudden, it seems like an automatic flow. The lights change. People come into your life that are just helping you rather than hindering you. Why? Because you're no longer vibrating the lack that's attracting people to stop you from being the automatic flow or seeing the new world or seeing the beauty in all. You see now? So this was brilliant. One of the ladies ignited me today, and I'd like to thank her, and I'll put her name in, and she does a lot on YouTube. But really, the focus is so important, because most of your focus is on lack. You see relationships, when you're not in a relationship, that's highlighted more. Why? Because the universe and the brain and the soul is trying to get you to release negative thought about relationships. You know, your friend asks you that you want salt and pepper. You don't want to go to the cupboard, you won't get it. So what happens? You don't see it, and it's right in front of you. So your perception of life is through your eyes, and you're suppressing the feelings and the senses, which then expands into the beauty. Because when you feel a beautiful plant, or when you feel a beautiful person, or you feel the energy of a beautiful soul, or just the sunset or one thing, you're then aligning with the energy. Your focus has changed from want and need to enjoyment, to being passionate, to that moment. That just makes you feel alive. And what happens is that we take ourselves away from that again because, oh, don't be silly, that can't happen, and da. No, keep focused on one thing. And then when you can find the ways of automatically connecting, then you understand that the more you can automatically connect, you're then linked to the wisdom of the universe. And it's in that moment that you can do anything, be whatever you want, learn along the way, and then all of a sudden it becomes a journey, an experience, and you challenge yourself, and you suddenly, the world opens up to a whole different way of thinking. And then you become the enlightenment. Then you realise everything is relative, everything for you to evolve and to enjoy and to be who you are. And then all of a sudden you see life different because you're too busy enjoying it. You know that when you're enjoying life, you don't have no lack or fears or whatever because you haven't got time to allow those vibrations into your life. You're too busy enjoying. And this is the thing about the focus. When we learn to focus on one thing, we can transform our lives. So try it. And look out for all my other videos. I've got 320 videos. I've been a medium for 30 plus years. I've been channeling. I've been wanting to know why my marriage broke down, why all these different areas of my life, why I put 10 stone on. I've been soul searching for 10 years, but I've also been involved in spirituality for at least 30 plus years. From the age of 16 was when my developing really awakened. And then I started to keep seeing these odd moments of this new world of beauty and all, and being relaxed and enjoying and being aligned. And through over the years, I've learnt, and I've really taken time out to walk down the beach and listen to audios and really research and find out what I'm creating. And that's produced my past life healing, childhood problems, and also just to do things rather than think all the time, Sometimes the best answers come when we're just too busy enjoying the life, because then we get ignited on how to enjoy life more. Okay, well, subscribe, press the notifications if you want to join me on the spiritual journey and you want a little bit of guidance with quotes, or you want to improve your mediumship, or you want to learn some of my stories or the insights or enlightenment. I've got a whole range of topics that I will be covering to share with you that are things that I've learned along the way and also created the way. Right, this lady has inspired me today, and I'm going to show you a picture of her. And I want you to also notice that you can get messages in anybody talking. You can feel and resonate with the source within anybody. So everybody has a message for you. And I always find this, that they have 5% or 10% of what they say is a message for me. So I'm always looking. So even though the title is about being a millionaire, it wasn't that drawn to me. It was the focus. It highlighted. So this is another way of getting messages and signs. And so when you get focused, you'll notice this, that around you, there'll be information. And it will be highlighted, or the person will sound like they talk a bit louder when they say a certain word. This is always signs for me. This is always spirit guiding me, and they will highlight to me things that will help me with my journey. So do check her stuff out. It's a lot about business and YouTube, but there's odd bits that she says where she's obviously aligned herself with the energy, and that's where she's getting the guidance from. So always look that there's always information. And that's maybe why sometimes I get songs in my head from the spirit world, because they know I love the old 80s songs, and there's certain words then that can resonate, and I know then what they're trying to say. So there's many different ways to get information. That's just one of them. Or they can talk to me, but I have to open up, because I tend to find that most of my life is only when I'm asked I work. But more and more now, because working with the source, working with channeling one thing or another, the messages are coming thick and fast. And so I need to recognize this, because you get so caught up in life. But the more I'm doing the things that are keeping me enlightened, or the more I do what I enjoy, or the more I do what I'm passionate about, or creative, I do find the more messages that's coming through.